How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Is It a Buy, where we talk about stocks and try to determine if it... I started reading the chat and I just blanked. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Is It a Buy, where we talk about stocks and try to determine if they are worth a buy or maybe a pass. My name is Corey. I just like to preface the video by saying I'm not a financial advisor. Preface the stream by saying I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who likes to talk about stocks, so please take what I say with a grain of salt, all right? How's it going, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in. Today is I'm doing my birthday stream today. It's not actually my birthday. My birthday's on the 24th, but since I won't be streaming, I figured, you know what? I want to freaking celebrate with you guys. And I just want to, just hang out with y'all. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. And have a good time. Unfortunately, it's really unfortunate on the days that, whatever the heck is going on with this market, getting ready to really make some psycho moves. But either way, good time. And I'm very happy that I get to celebrate with you guys. All right. So let's say hi in the chat. Diane, happy birthday to you. Thank you, Diane. Dog says, looks like I'm going to start averaging up again. Honestly, I don't think I'm adding to my position anymore. I'm all set. I'm all set. So I don't think I'm going to be averaging up any. Watch, I guarantee whenever it's at like $70 or something, I'll start buying more because I can't get enough. But either way, I'm very happy with my current position, and we'll see if that continues to be the I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Let's see if that's what I continue to do, or if I actually do start averaging up. I wouldn't be surprised if I started averaging up. Me too said, what's up, bro? AMC on the discount. Yeah, AMC is on a pretty nice discount, if you ask me. Johnson, good evening, Captain Cash. What's up, Johnson? Is today your birthday? Yep, it's Friday, actually, but close enough. Since I won't be streaming the rest of the week, I wanted to just celebrate with you guys. Milio, happy birthday. Thank you. Diamond says, AMC estimated short interest above 19%, utilization over 90%. They borrowed 4.55 million shares today, plus 4.88% short interest increase. Thank you, Diamond. You've done my job for me. I'll see you guys later. And I will do good. Let's see. Diamond says, I don't play puts. I don't play puts either, Diamond. I don't know. I don't know. Dog says, I'm reading a good article about GME. Is there a way to link? No, you can put it in the Discord, though. I should buy puts on the bank that holds my note, then pay off the house with it. Hey, that is some big brain moves. Aaron says, rebound on AMC. I'm feeling in my diamond. If you, I'm feeling in my diamond. You know what? Oh my goodness. Shotgun a claw. I'm averaging down. Diamond, you're averaging down. My goodness. William, nobody's enforcing the rules. Welcome. Smooth says, opinion on China for tomorrow. Look, China is some crazy things are going on in China. I really don't see them bouncing back at all, right? At all. In the short term. It's a huge, just awful, terrible mess. And it's sad. It shows, and to be frank, I'm not following China, what's going on in China too closely, but it seems like Evergrande is just running the show. And if one company can really mess up an entire country like Evergrande is, there's a problem there. If a company is that large and in such a bad position, whenever it is such a big part of their, I think they said it was like 2 or 4% of their entire GDP, their entire gross domestic product. It's insane for one company to be that, and then they're it's like Enron. It's a huge pile of crap. It's ridiculous. Like, it's just not right. It's not right. That's not how a country should run, And then sure enough, they're the ones who get all the tax breaks. They don't have actual. It's a mess. It's a mess. So anyways, Johnson with a huge super chat. Thank you so much. Happy birthday on the 24th. Enjoy this gift. God bless you. AMC to the moon. Thank you, Johnson. I always appreciate you, my friend. Thank you very much. William says tomorrow won't be pretty for Evergrande. Yeah. Yeah, similar to what I was just talking about. Evergrande, just unbelievable, right? Yeah, similar to Enron. Diamond already, I'm sure you already said it before I even did. You had it typed in. Yes, just like freaking Enron. Like, there's no way that these huge companies, are just it's just wild. It's unreal. It's so hard to fathom. It almost feels wrong, like, talking about these companies, because there's no way these governments, like, these companies are getting so large whenever they're like, how are they being, it's almost like a Ponzi scheme or something. You know what I mean? They have like investors and they're getting all this money, and then they're investing and their investments are going bad, so they're getting more investors. It's a weird, disgusting, like, honestly, the word that comes to mind is a Ponzi scheme. If you're not really familiar with the Ponzi scheme, look it up. But essentially, it's, it seems like almost what's going on, where you get like an angel investor or whatever, and then you say, hey, look, we're doing really good, we want more investors, and then that old investor pays for like the new investor, and you keep just getting new investments and stuff. It's illegal, but it's wild. It's unbelievable how they allow that company to get so large whenever it's just fluff. Or I'm sure there's stuff in it, but I don't know. It's just too weird how fragile the whole system is. It's insane that one company is such a big deal. But William says tomorrow. Yeah, I already read that. Plethora, hello. Aaron, haha. Devin, thank you so much. Rania, happy birthday. Corey, what age? I'll be very young. What happened? Oh, my mouse was feeling weird. I mean, US did in 2008. Right, Luke. And the problem is, you'd like to think that people will learn from the US's mistakes. And, if I saw a country like the US go at what we went through in 2008, and I think it actually rippled into other countries as well, if I'm not mistaken, for them to see what we went through and not be like, oh snap, like, we can't do what happened to them. If I were to use a more recent example, COVID, the COVID response from the US, hopefully in the future, countries will look at us, or we'll look at ourselves and say, you know what, we need better responses for something. Even though we didn't know how big it was going to be, like, we still probably should have responded a little faster, a little quicker, a little more precisely. So, I don't know. But it's hard. There's a lot of different reasons markets are the way they are, but I'm sure it's all through corruption, though. It's extremely unfortunate that through everything that we've learned, I've basically lost all of my hope for people to do the right thing, that big money isn't controlling everything. It's kind of a weird place to be in, but I don't know. William says China's highly over leveraged. Companies borrow trillions they can't pay back. China's economy depends on construction. They've been building ghost cities nobody lives in. Not sustainable. William, that's actually a really good point. I didn't think about the ghost cities and stuff. If you guys haven't seen that, I think there's a short documentary on it or something on like YouTube. Maybe like a Vice documentary or something. And look at it. They're literally like, they look like legit cities. They're just with nobody in them, but they have full infrastructure and people are walking around, and it looks almost, I don't want to say like New York, but kind of like New York with all the tall cities and stuff. But it's one of those ghost cities that no one lives in. And they say that they have a lot of issues like trash and pollution or something in those small cities, because they kind of use it for, or I think they use it for that. I don't know. There's some weird things going on. But that's a great point. Luke says this could be bigger than 08. Honestly, they have been kicking the can for some time. That's a good point, Luke. They have been kicking the can for a long time with what's been going on, right? Because, we see it. And on top of that, imagine how much the economy has grown since then. You know what I mean? It's like we took a bad hit and we were scared to stand up, or we got knocked a little bit. And now the US is finally starting to, it's been getting back to where it was, and now it's way surpassed where it was. And it's like, okay, we're good, we're thriving. And then boom, we get hit by COVID, and then boom, we get hit by this. It's just a few bad knocks, honestly. Mike, happy flipping birthday from your favorite lurker. Mike, thank you so much. If anyone is a lurker, I so appreciate it whenever the lurkers say hi. I myself, believe it, I'm telling you guys, I'm a true introvert. And so I'm the biggest lurker, and so for a lurker to say hello and step out of their, I'm sure, comfort zone, I really appreciate it, Mike, honestly. And so if I have any other huge lurkers, I appreciate everybody talking to you. Don't get me wrong, but I know that it's very hard to get out of your comfort zone of just like lurking and just kind of watching. And you know, I do that with people. There are people I've watched for a long time, never said a word or anything, just like super quiet. And like Reddit, I didn't have a Reddit account until, well, a few years into Reddit. I was in Reddit very, very early, but I created an account just so, because I noticed it would track like your time. So I was like, oh, that'd be cool to have a timestamp. So I created an account, but yeah, I'm a lurker, definition. Mo, what is up? Good evening. Mo says Nevergrande won't be anywhere near 2008. It's an overreaction. Okay. We'll see. All right, let's go ahead and talk about our favorite stocks and keep it moving. All right. You know, this is one that I have pulled up. I've never talked about it on stream, but it's actually one of the plays that I was super into whenever we were, whenever everything crashed, right? Whenever everything crashed, basically what I would do is I would sit on my freaking phone all day on Robinhood, and I would say, you know what, who was doing well and completely just dropped off, right? Now, granted, this kind of company, you know, it wasn't looking super solid. It's been basically flat since 2016. You know, it would go up and then back down, up and back down. But realistically, you want to see consistent movement upward, right? You want to see it continue to go up over a long period of time. And even then, I knew there were ways to make money, right? And whenever I saw this stock kind of all the way down here, just kind of tanked, right? And after it was done tanking, I was like, you know what? This stock is $4 right now. Excuse me. I think I had caught it around $10. And whenever it was at $10, I did take a position, you know, this was months ago, like probably, this was back here in 2020, mid 2020. So I did take a position back here, and or maybe it's $13, $12, somewhere around there. And I played it, and honestly, it until I sold out to go like more into AMC, this was a really good play to me. And on top of that, I really don't think it's done running, right? Especially right now, it's had a bit of a pullback. Granted, you can see how bullish it was for all this time. This has been for months and months. It was bullish for a long time, a little bit of a retracement. But even then, I feel like a lot of these stocks, if we look at the Disney stock, it's gone to the all-time high. It's at an all-time high right now. Now, whether it's, you know, a little ambitious for what is still going on, COVID's still around, but I honestly feel like these kinds of things, you know, Dave and Buster's, people are going to want to go to these after, I think it's, you know, while the pandemic is winding down, I don't think it's done yet, right? And I think that this stock still has a lot of ways to go, especially whenever people who I personally really don't go out much at all, especially since the pandemic. It's actually been not too bad, but it's been a little rough. And so whenever the people like me who decide, okay, I'm ready to go out, I'm going to go crazy, I'm going to go everywhere, I think this stock is going to still go for a run. So this is one that I'm kind of watching. I probably will take a position if it's not too late. So like if AMC runs in the next few months or something, I'd probably hop in, because I feel like this is probably going to go to an all-time high. We can see an all-time high of $73. I wouldn't be surprised if it blew past that, went to like something crazy. Because, you know, for example, I know I just talked about Disney, but let's take a look at Disney, and we can see right here, right? Like, look at this all-time high. This is, where was March of 2020? Oh, that's right here. You can see it right here. It's like a clear, huge drop. And so here was pre-March, here's March, and then went all the way up to 200. So pre-March, it was around, or, you know, January, we'll say it was around $142, dropped to $80, and it went all the way to $200. So definitely some potential for plays there. And Dave & Buster's has options, so this is one you could play a leap. I think leaps are fantastic, and if you want to get your feet wet with something like a leap, this may be a potential stock that you could look at. It's a little pricey to get in, but if you wanted to get in for like January of 2022, I mean, you could get in very, very easily right here at this $40 mark. $43 is break even. And personally, I feel like it's like, I wouldn't mind taking this play because I personally feel like it's relatively safe. And if by January it does go crazy, I mean, you could make some easy money on this play. Easy money. And this is one that I've always liked. I don't really talk about it, like I said, but I'm super into this play, just for, I think, the relative safety of it and what's going on. So that's why I leave Dave and Buster's down here, just in case anybody has been wondering. I'm sure a lot of you have. AMC. So we can see AMC. Let's talk about AMC, what happened today. Realistically, I consider this a flat day. It was down 3.65%, ended the day at 38.82. And the after hours down another 2% at 38.03. Really, honestly, I'm not panicked. It's crazy. I've been holding for so long. I've been holding so strong. And I feel perfectly fine with where it's at. I'm sure a lot of people think about exiting their position, and even for me, I'm like, what do I want to do? But it's always a short thought because I don't want to leave this position, and it's not that I feel like I am partially attached to it, but realistically, I feel like it's not done yet. And until it's done, I'm just going to continue to hold my position, and when I think it's done, then I'll close it. But realistically, until it, all of the short numbers on Ortex and, those kinds of numbers get eaten up, which I think you'll know exactly when it happens. Until that happens, I mean, in my opinion, the play is still on, right? And it makes it so easy to hold, even when it's down. Yeah, I was at $50, and sure, would it have been great to, sell at 50 and buy it at 38 or whatever? Sure, yeah, but you don't know. I mean, when it was on this super level of support, you don't know if it was going to continue to run, what was going to happen, but Chris says, Chestnut says, I bought more. Yeah. And so I feel super solid with it. And, I really am holding strong, and I'm going to continue to hold strong because it's just, yeah. Velocity says, I'm holding my AMC position, even though it's enough for a down payment on a house. It hurts my soul. Yeah. It hurts my soul too. Yeah. And it hurts sometimes whenever it goes this low and stuff. And I was like, oh, I was just at 50. Now I'm at, 40. It's like, oh my gosh, that money that's some big money I could have had. But you know what? I honestly think it's going to be, the reason I hold is I think it's going to be worth it in the long run. And I'm perfectly fine with holding. I know I've kind of been shrugging AMC off and kind of just talking about it quickly and brushing over it. But, when these down kind of days, it makes me think about it. And then I'm like, you know what? And then it just makes me more convicted because I just believe I just believe in it. Personal thoughts. Doge. So Doge, you guys know how I feel about Doge. I really like Doge under 20 cents. I feel like this is oh my gosh. I may take a position like Diane recommended, not financial advice. And I may just take a position in this just to like get in there and be cool. But yeah, I feel like it's pretty solid. Bitcoin, oh my gosh, Bitcoin's at a pretty nice spot too. It's right at $40,000, 40 and a half. And I think this is a pretty solid spot for it too. Did we break through? Ooh, we kind of broke through this level of support. I wonder if it's going to continue to go down or not. This is an old one that I had from a while ago, so I don't even know where this was from, but 3 months? Maybe I was doing it as a level of resistance or something. I don't know where that line came from. Back here, maybe? Oh, yeah, back here is where it came from. Yeah. So we'll see what happens with this. We'll continue to monitor it. Carnival is one that I'm super into. I love it at this price. This is another one that we were talking about, right? Where you can zoom out. Look how they were doing pre-pandemic. They were doing, let's see how it looks on the 5-year. Yeah, and even though on the 5-year it was heading on that downward trend, even then it was right around $42, right? Currently it's at $22, $23 if you want to call it. And that's why I'm super bullish on this one. They released a statement or something. I saw it somewhere where they have enough money to survive another lockdown, survive the pandemic. These guys aren't going anywhere. And in my opinion, there's only one way they can go, and that's up, right? There's no way they don't, or in my opinion, right? I don't think that there's, I feel like this play is just so freaking safe. And this one is another one you can play options on. Again, I like leaps. You know, you can play it 6 months out, 3 months out, a year out, you know what I mean? And just play it for a long time. And it's very possible you can get in there and make some serious cash. Robinhood, we don't support, don't remind me. BBIG, I like. BBIG was down 7.01% on the day. In the after hours, it's up just a little bit at 1.92% at $6.90. And let me tell you, this $7 call, I don't think I have a $7 call. I think I have an $8 call, which I'm very happy with. The $7 call would have been very, very, very nice. Oops. Yeah, that $7 call would have been pretty slick. I'm not. Yeah, that would have been pretty nice. But no worries. ATER, let me tell you guys, ATER, I think, is getting ready. We're going to take a look at ATER in Ortex in just a second. Let me see if I can get this candle here. Around right here, that's the number right there. I think $18, geez. But I think once it touches $18, it's gonna go for another crazy run. Yeah, something's crawling on me. Workhorse, another one that I really like, very flat today, so we'll go ahead and pass it. ILUS was down 3.79%. Corsair, one that I am monitoring for a potential crazy move because it's extremely heavily shorted. Nikola was up 1% today. Another one that I think is heavily shorted, GREE, one that we're monitoring because support turned into GREE, and I want to see what happened. Angelina bought in ATER again. My goodness. I like it. I really like ATER. It's probably one of it's probably my favorite stock right now, as in terms of like these stocks for a quick kind of play. I really, I don't know. It's just my favorite one. A small direct club. We're kind of watching it just because it's heavily shorted also, and we're just kind of on our list. So let's hop over to Ortex and let's see what is going on. Homestead XRP. Which one's XRP again? No, I think we've talked about that one before. I can't recall. Veronica, I do like GME, right? GME is the OG with what has been going on. GME is solid, right? I think that one's going to be a that was the OG play. If it is still short, the entire float, like people are anticipating it is, similar to AMC, then that stock is going to go for some crazy moves. There's a smaller float. I think there's probably less. How do I put this? I feel like since the float is smaller, I wonder if there are like less apes in there. And I feel like if you bought into GME, you're probably super diamond hands and you're not going anywhere. And I have a lot of respect for GME. But yeah, so GME is a very unique situation. But I think AMC is a unique situation as well. The only problem is that we have a lot of apes, and I think it was more affordable at the time because people didn't want to buy partial shares, right? I personally don't care to buy partial shares of a stock. I'd rather just buy wholes. And that's how I feel about it. I feel like AMC probably has a few extra people who are maybe a little more paper handsy, but either way, I think they're still all going to run. I think all these stocks are probably going to run at the same time. Question is, who's going to go the highest? And GameStop, if what they're saying is true, that GameStop is as short as they say, then it's very possible that GameStop, it could go the highest. Maybe, yeah, it's very possible that GameStop could probably go the highest. And I have a position in GameStop. Not a bad position either. All right, so let's go ahead and start. We'll start with, let me get a few of these open, actually. Let's open a bunch of these. All right, we'll do, we're already on Ortex, Corey. We're going to pull up AMC. All right, let's take a look at the short interest on AMC. Oh, baby. All right, so utilization is over here at 90.98%. So again, still kind of teetering there. I like to see it a little higher, but even though that's a fantastic place to be at. Actually, let me take a look at the utilization here and see. Let's see what we've moved at before. Yeah, a little bit of moves from at 90%, but nothing that really ate it. I mean, over here we can see that in January it moved around 95%, right? We were at 95% and it moved. And back here, even though it was at 96%, it still had its move, right? So I think that around that time, you know, at around 95%, it can make a move. I think it can make a move now, but I'll feel a little bit better whenever it's at, I'll be a little more, I don't know, excited. I don't know, whenever it's higher like that, whenever it's around there. But either way, super solid. Shares on loan is down a little bit, but still trending upward. I wanted to see it continue to trend upward because more recently it's been like coming down. And I wanted to, as long as it bounces, I need to see a bounce above, what is this number right here? Above 107. So I need to see at 108 for me to feel like super good again. But either way, even if I can't get that, the short interest is still, look at this trend line. I mean, we can just see it right here, just boom, upward, super solid here. So what I don't want to see is this continue to go down and go back to like, I don't know, 16% again. If it goes to 16% again, I'm going to be sad, but it's not really going to change much for me. Who do we have next? We'll go ahead and go to BBIG. All right, so looking at BBIG, let's take a look at what we have first. We'll go ahead and start at the top at utilization. Utilization at 92.67%. As we see, whenever it's close to 100 for a while, that's whenever we start to get our moves. And that's what I'm anticipating for a few other stocks. Now, we've seen this one, it was a little more volatile, but even then, like here was 82%, which, you know, we'll just pretend like it started over here at 98%, right? 94% is the low over here. We can see 87%, even this is after it kind of started moving though. But even at 87%, it still had a little more left in the tank for it to continue to go from, you know, $3 to $6. So, you know, and then I should say high $3, so maybe $4 to $6. But even then, we can see after it had its huge move, it kind of just dropped for a little bit. But look how quickly it came back up. Or not huge move, but after this is the huge move over here, but it came up pretty quickly. But we can see the trend of, you know, whenever that utilization is high, and this is kind of my own personal thoughts of what I'm looking at, of whenever it's high like that, that's whenever we see some moves. Shares on loan is very, very close to this all-time high, right? All-time high being 28. Let's see, what was this one? Yep, 28 million shares, and this is, we're at 25 million currently shares on loan. Okay, super high, not quite the all-time high, but still looking super solid. And then we have the short interest of the free float. You can see it's so funny how it kind of like follows. But anyways, we can see here that the short interest is 23%, all-time high being 27.05. This says it's 25.4%, looking solid. Next we have ATER. So this one, I'm telling you, this is the one I'm telling you I'm probably the most excited about in those like the few ones, just because of how high these numbers are. Like utilization 99%, right? 99% holding strong. The shares on loan is at an all-time high every day, getting higher and higher and higher. Short interest of the free float all the way back up, almost at the all-time high being 66.44. We're at 60, well, this says 64.16 and it says 62% over here. So 66 being the all-time high. And this has continued to run up. And remember, this was after the peak. So the peak was over here around 52, and after the peak, right, it's already dropped. It's been a few days and it's been going up very quickly. Utilization back up to the max. I would not be surprised if this one saw a very fast, very quick run very, very soon. What is this high over here? $44. We're currently around $10. Man, yeah, this one, look at this cost to borrow, like 200% on the average. BBIG is 32%. AMC is 2%. I don't know if it's better to be higher or lower. I think it would be better to be higher if you're looking for a squeeze, right? Let's see if we have the cost to borrow percentage over here. Yeah, the average cost to borrow loans. Yeah, like it's extremely, extremely expensive, right? Like Where's cost of borrow here? The average annualized percent of interest on loans. Yeah, so the higher the better. And look how high this is. It's ridiculously high. Ridiculously high. What else do we have going on here? Okay, so yeah, I'm telling you, I'm ridiculously bullish on ATER. Let's take a look at the next one. Workhorse. I like Workhorse a lot as well. Workhorse, although there's some things going on with Workhorse, but just bear with me here while we take a look at this. Utilization is at 100%, and the reason I like it so much, look how long it's been at 100%, right? This is the shares on loan. Shares on loan, I'll call that an all-time high. We can see how it's been trending upward. I'd consider that an all-time high, sure. The utilization, look at this, 100%. 100%. Last time, where's this utilization at? How come I can't see it anymore? Look at this, 90% utilization, had its huge run from $22, we'll say, all the way to $40. Huge run. And then it kind of calmed down a little bit, and then right back up. And it's been holding strong. It's been holding strong. As this goes down, this continues to go up. This is why I'm so bullish on this one. I think there's a lot of people who are very much into Workhorse. I know a lot of apes are. I'm sure a lot of people are probably holding this diamond hands, but I think that this stock is another one primed and ready to go. And then the short interest is also, so the short interest, while it's not at like an all-time high or anything super crazy, it's still 36%, which is ridiculously high. Here's it. We're bullish on AMC at 19%. This is at 36%. So not much to say there. Just super solid. I know it's not an all-time high, but even then, this all-time high seems a little like inaccurate, honestly, just personally, because whenever it was so high, there was never a reason. Like, it was randomly high here and the stock just went down. So theoretically, it should have just been going higher if it actually was that high. So I think this is one of those times where it just wasn't as high as Ortex thought it was. And so that's why it kind of corrected down there. Or Corsair is one I'm just watching. I don't have a position in it as much as I do like it. CRSR, I think. Yeah, as much as I like Corsair, I don't have a position in this one for the only reason being, I don't know if the apes really have the sentiment behind it. I know it's like a gaming stock and I don't know why they wouldn't, but we can see here they're 14 million was the all-time high. They're currently at 11 million with the almost 12 million with the shares on loan. And it's just still extremely high. Especially since it hasn't had a move, right? There's really not much reason, I guess, from down here to up here, you know, but even then, this was $25 to $29. No reason for it to really drop as much as it did, unless this is what I was talking about with like Workhorse, where it was like, it was this high and it probably shouldn't have been. So unless there's something like that, because you can see it's still trending in this upward direction, if you kind of just like look right there. So it's still trending in that upward direction, but I don't know, just a little strange for me. And then the short interest is a little bit tricky to look at on this chart, especially when you're looking at it, but it's 26%, which again, we're bullish on. Like 20% on AMC, we'd be ecstatic with. So this is still primed and ready to go. The only thing is the utilization, it did come down a little bit, but like I said, I don't have a position, but I do want to watch it and continue to. Nikola, same thing as let me take a look. Do I have a position in Nikola? I do have a position in Nikola. So I'd compare Nikola to more so to Workhorse, and we can check it over here, right? Shares on loan, I'll call that an all-time high. I'll take it. The utilization is again back up. So as this went down, right, heavily shorted, they started borrowing more stocks. For whenever I see this, and just to kind of give you guys my thought process, and you know, if you think anything like that, but whenever I look at this, right, I see, okay, the stock went down, the utilization went up. So what does that mean? If the utilization goes up, they're shorting the stock. They're using the shares to short the stock. And so the utilization going up and the stock going down says, okay, they're heavily shorting the stock. That's what's going on. And that's why I think that this one is very good, that it is why I took a position in it. Because I was like, you know what, This thing is getting primed and ready to go. Shares on loan, all-time high. And then the short interest of the free float, we can see again, I really don't care about this one too much. Before, this was like my big one, but more recently I've been looking at the utilization and the shares on loan, but not only the shares on loan, I'm seeing the percentage in which they are shorted. So for example, right, let's take a look at Nikola. And so while we're looking at Nikola, we'll look at the shares on, we can see the shares on loan here. So what's the free float, right? So we could do NKLA free float, and FinViz will probably show up, boom. And then I search for float, which is going to be just right here, shares float. So 195 million, right? So just follow me here. So we have 195 million shares. So, well, let's just call it 200, just for easy math, right? For easy math, we can see this 200. So this is 100. So let's just call it 100, 200. This is 50% of the shares. 50% of the shares are on loan, right? And so if we see the 50% of the shares are on loan, AMC is also in a similar position because AMC is also, AMC is 20% of the shares are on loan. And this is all the way at 50% of the shares on loan. And so that's why I'm like super bullish on these things, on this stock. And I took a position and I'm happy with my position. Short interest, again, while it looks kind of weird on the, oh no, this one looked weird. Anyways, that's why I took the position. And I do like, I am happy with the position and I do like the position. GREE. Okay. The moment of truth. So GREE, I'm very curious about because I'm waiting for the short numbers to fill. If there are going to be short numbers, if there aren't going to be short numbers, I don't know if there will be. I don't know what transfers over, what doesn't transfer over when this whole merger happened. But I think that, hold on, let me get a sip of water, man. I'm so thirsty. But I think that when this fills in, if these numbers are accurate, these cost to borrow, it's in a very similar position than for ATER, right? And it could be a very heavily shorted stock that the apes may need to rediscover. Maybe it's a dud. I don't know what's going to happen, but I am in this position because I was in support. They had their merger. It was botched. And I'm bag holding. I have an option. The option is either going to expire worthless, or hopefully there's some kind of move and I break even. Honestly, I just want to break even on this one. Unlikely. So we're watching this one, but hope is low. Hope is low. And the small direct club is also heavily shorted. Not one I have a position in, but I know a few people do have a position in. I'll pull it up just so you, for anyone who does have a position and wants to take a look at it. I'm not sure if you're actually in here, but that's what's going on. SDC. Perfect. And I will press these buttons for you guys. So utilization is at an all-time high, 97.46%. That's actually pretty solid. Looks really good. And we can see, right, supporting my theory that the short interest right here, let me just click here. Okay, the short interest right here happens, look, not the short utilization. I'm sorry, I keep misspeaking. As the utilization goes up and the stock goes down, I feel like they're heavily shorting the stock, right? And whenever the stock runs and the utilization goes down, they're probably covering some of those shares. That's how that's logically it makes sense, right? So that's what I, believe is going on. The shares on loan is at an all-time high. I'm about to take a freaking position in this stock. And the estimated short interest is at an all-time high. Small direct club, though. Can I buy an option? I just like options so much. I'm going to play a leap. So I'm going to play a leap. I like to play them like 6 months out. So if I were to play them 6 months out, January. Okay, so January, February, March. I'll do April. That's fine. So if I were to play an April one, it would have to hit $9.17. It's going to cost me $217, and let's say it goes to 20 bucks. Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad at all. I'm going to leave this on here. We're going to continue to watch Small Direct Club, because while I don't have a position in it, I may be able to use that one to hedge against my GREE bet, because that one hurts. Mo is a CHPT. CHPT. Or let me pull it up in the others, Ortex. CHPT. All right, let's start with the shares on loan. Heading downward, but again, what I like to do is look at the number. So let's look at CHPT. So if we look at the shares on flow, I don't know why I can't see that, so that's unfortunate. So we'll just continue with the Ortex data. The utilization is at 75. Oh, I don't like it at 75. And the short interest is at 6%. Not bad, but really not good considering it's been all the way up here. I don't like this one if you're looking for like a short squeeze kind of play. But let's see. Risk seems low at current price. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, you know, honestly, I see what you're saying here, and especially if you have this level of support that it's barely holding on to. If it bounces off this level of support and it returns, and I would say if it goes over this, I'm going to put it this, and I'm going to make it green. This would be my prediction around. Actually, I think I can move this up a little bit. How do I? 1 second. 1 second. 6 month. I'd put it around there and I'll make this green in case I come back to it. Yeah, so if you saw this move and it went above this, I'd probably feel pretty good about that. But you need to get that bounce. That'd be my concern. Fast says, any thoughts on BLIN? Let's take a look at that one. BLIN. Trying to keep my side clear. Oh, BLIN is running in these after hours. Take a look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You see, but it does this thing where it runs and it goes down. It runs and it goes down. It runs and it goes down. So, you know, you see it goes and then goes. Runs and goes. Runs and goes down. So, honestly, just based on the current trend, I probably wouldn't touch it. I'd wait for it to be back down to, you know, super low. But I don't know. Is this one of those? No, this isn't. I was wondering if this is one of those that ran in January, but it doesn't look like it is. And then let's take a look at the, I don't know if you want to see if it's heavily shorted, but I guess while I'm here, we can take a look. BLIN. Excellent. So, you know, this is a great example of, I know how we look at these stocks all the time to see if it's like a short squeeze type of play. And I think it's, you know, it's fairly safe to say, no, this is not a short squeeze kind of play. This is an actual play and that people want to invest in, and great, which is fantastic. I respect that. I absolutely respect that. Let's take a look at the profile, see what they do. Technology, IT, software, and they do, oh gosh, they do a bunch of weird stuff. Web content management, e-commerce. Oh gosh, is this like WordPress? Let me pull up this website. Yeah. Let's see if I can put this in here. 1 second. Birdline powers digital experiences for some of the world's largest brands. SEO optimization. Yeah, it seems almost like about strategy products. Woo Rank. Is this for WooCommerce? For WordPress? No, maybe not. Either way, you know, very interesting stuff. It's, I don't know, this is such a hard market to penetrate with, or hard industry to penetrate. excuse me. So I just be careful with that. But it looks like they're doing some very cool things. They have a whole slew of products that they're offering. Now the question is, the whole iApps suite, and I don't know who their target audience is. There's too much to research right now for this one, so we'll just kind of continue. Profit has been so from 9 million, 6 million, 4 million, 6 million. So heading like down and then back up on the reversal. Sad part is 2019 was when they went down, and the reversal came in 2020, right? And their fiscal year, you can see over here, like the beginning of 2020, this should have been 2 million or something, but I don't know. I'm not too sure about this one. 14% institutional ownership, not too bad, but not the best. All of these analyst price targets, I think it's messed up because it all says $6.50. Currently it's at $4. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on with that one. Thank you. A scalp for BLIN. Yeah, I guess I could see that, but even then, I'd be very scared chasing this one. Clove, yeah, I'll take a look at Clove. Devin. All right, Clove. So let's take a look over here. Clove is flat, right? Hopefully it continues to respect this level of support down here, wherever that may be. And let's take a look at the short numbers. I'm pretty sure this is a heavily shorted one. So let's pull it up over here, CLOV. Take a look here, and we can see the Clove. We'll go ahead and start just pulling these things up. So on loan, not bad. So we can see over here, it's middle of the pack, but we can see the shares on loan. Okay, 48 million. Let's see what the free float is. Free float over here is 216 million. Actually, I should be able to pull this up over here, right? 216. Yeah, 214, 15. Okay, we'll just do 215 million. And whoops, wrong button. So we'll just do 50 divided by, no, we'll do, oh crap, we'll do 50 million divided by 215 million. 23%, so not bad, similar to AMC. AMC's at 20% around. We'll look at the utilization again. 86%, not my favorite, but and then the short interest is around 13%, not the highest it's been at all. Looks like the height was 25% about. Yeah, 25%. Currently being at 12 is not like terrible, but it's not particularly good, right? So it is what it is. Me personally, I'd probably hop in a few other of these again before I hopped into this one. I don't think I would personally take a position in Clove, but that doesn't mean you can't make money in it. I've been wrong. I didn't pick GameStop. That's my claim to not fame. I didn't pick GameStop whenever it was at $3. So take that for what it is. Whenever you think, hey, can I trust Corey? Just think about that. All right. Does Corey have good ideas? Oh, thank you, Diane. Thank you. MRI and Mayrin, right? My good old Mayrin, one that I really loved for a long time. I think it let me down. I can't remember what happened with it. I guess I forgive and forget quickly. And Mayrin is getting ready again. Oh, it's at 84% utilization, but this is a perfect example. Oh, why is it so? Oh, okay, this is around 100%. Okay. And then we can zoom in a little bit here, a little trick on Ortex, so we can see this right here. But either way, I don't know why I did that because I need to continue to look at the other stuff. But so that's where your utilization is. Shares on loan, ooh, kind of down, not looking too solid. And then ooh, my gosh. I wonder if this is an example of a stock. Actually, that's why I stopped following Mayrin. I think this is an example, my personal opinion, of a stock that kind of played out and maybe it's done now, right? Honestly, looking at this, like we can see these things, right? Looks like it may just be done for. Like it had its move, it did its crazy run, they exited their positions, and you're done. You're good. And that's what happens. Oh, Diamond doubled my position in BBIG and took a new position in Smile Direct Club. Diamond, do you take a position in ATER by chance? I just like ATER. I don't know. Why? Let me ask you: if you didn't take a position, why not take a position in ATER? Keep in mind when I talk about these stocks, ATER, I literally don't know what they do. So please do not. And that's why my disclaimer is so important. I chose this one because of the pure technical position they are for a possible squeeze, for a possible move, right? That's the only reason I chose this stock, because of the utilization. Cost to borrow is huge. The shares on loan is super high in relation to the free float. And I think I already said, I don't know if I already said the utilization super high. So only reason I took a position in this play. And so I just wonder why people, just very curious. I agree with William here. William says, after MOAS, there will be fewer hedge fund shorting. Yes, I think after everything, all of this is played out, I think it'll be very rare to see hedge funds overexpose themselves with shorting. And again, that's if Gary Gensler makes an example out of Citadel or whoever's the most heavily shorted in AMC these days, or whatever it is, GameStop. Once somebody has made an example of, there will be case studies and movies and this and that. And I don't think these hedge funds are going to short, and they're definitely not going to put themselves in a position where this can happen again. No chance, right? At least for 10 years, 12 years, who knows how long. New rules will be set in place to limit the corruption. This is back to William's comment. It'll be short-lived as they find new ways to mess with us. Take advantage while you can. William, I completely agree with that. Everything. They're going to find, just to hedge funds aren't going to be as over-leveraged whenever they're shorting. I think they're still going to short. Shorting, keep in mind, remember, and I love to emphasize this point because it's extremely important. Shorting is a normal and healthy part of our economy, right? That's what I think everyone can agree on that. Everyone who's been doing the DD for the stocks, all of this, whenever they're properly shorting and saying, you know what, I just think the stock is worth too much, like I'm just going to short it, and they're not doing crazy things like that, like crazy things like naked shorting, short ladder, manipulation, dark pool trading. If they're just shorting it because they're like, you know what, it's just a little high right now, it's going to go down. It's a zero, sum environment essentially, and that's what's going to happen. So, next part, new rules will be set in place to limit corruption. I think that they've learned a whole lot from this past year, and of what's happened with these stocks. Absolutely, I think there's going to be new rules, and we've been seeing these new rules with the DTCC and SEC filings, right? I haven't even checked those in a while. I need to go back. Yeah, and I personally am taking advantage while I can, because I think this is going to happen once, and I don't think it's going to happen for a very, very, very long time, if ever again, because no one is going to put themselves in the position like what happened. What we saw with the VW squeeze, right? And granted, different circumstances, maybe not the same thing, but I feel like people will eventually, maybe in 15, 20 years or something, eventually that'll happen, but maybe not even then, because the apes are watching. And as long as the apes are watching, and if it goes the way we think it's going to go, it's going to freaking go to the moon. And if it does do that, then yeah, it's going to be big things. Government Pinky, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys. Corey, Discord. All right, Diamond, I got you. I saw it. Picture of Mayrin. Wait, what? Is this right now? What is happening to Mayron? I'm over here talking crap about it. What? I can't believe this stock is running like this right now. Do I have a position? I literally don't know if I have a position in Mayron. I think I was watching it for a case study or something. Mayron is up 65% right now. My goodness. What's a good price to get into ATER is high right now. ATER, you know, I don't know if it's going to bounce off of this or if it's going to continue to respect this level, ascending level of support, right? So far, it's been respecting it. I think I had it back here. I didn't have it today predicted, but I did have it here, and man, looking solid. ATR is up 300% this month. That's a good point, William. You know, those are definitely things to take into consideration whenever you're looking at making these plays, right? But yeah, lots of stocks are running. Diane, thank you so much for the super chat. Enjoy your long weekend. Thank you so much, Diane. Thank you. BBIG. I mean, I don't know what other stocks are running, but Mayron is absolutely going nuts. Are you kidding me? Unreal. Yeah, someone asked about it. And I didn't, and honestly, I mean, you saw here. Here's this goes to show you that no one knows freaking anything, right? This stock, and honestly, this makes me more bullish on the other stocks. So let's start slowly, right? Utilization, 84%, right? 84% utilization, which is high considering 84% of this, you know, stuff is considering to be borrowed, but not my favorite at all, right? Not my favorite. I don't think I look at the shares on loan over here, but let me see what that actually looks like. I'll just do Mayron. MRN. Yeah, it's like 10%. See, just when I think I'm starting to figure it out, it blows my mind. So shares on loan, we'll call it basically 20%. Okay, sure, I'll give it 20%. Oh, Mayron has good news. Okay. News. Oh, into a revenue share agreement with Google. Okay. My goodness. I'm over here talking crap about it because I'm like, there's no like unreal. Man, wild. All right, y'all, I have to start wrapping it up. My food is ready, so I have to log off here, but I appreciate you guys know I freaking love hanging out with you guys. Thank you so much for the kind birthday wishes and always being there hanging out with me. Really means a lot to me, honestly. I promised myself I wouldn't cry, so I won't. And yeah, let's take a look at this one really quick. HBLZ. And I will head out. HBLZ. All right, not showing up there. HBLZ. All right, I don't know. I can't pull it up, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. I do need to run out of here, so I'm gonna let you guys chat with each other for a little bit, but I appreciate you guys. I hang out with you guys very, very soon. Remember, I will not be streaming the rest of the week, but I will be back going strong on Monday. So I will catch you guys on Monday. Have a fantastic week / weekend. Stay safe, and I'll catch you later. Peace.